So hey guys, it's Zyant again, and this will be the last Black Ops 2 upload for a couple days, and then we'll be right back at it. I actually have two gameplays about this topic, one of which is Black Ops 2, and what you're seeing right now. The other is Battlefield 3, which I recorded specifically for this topic. But I wanted to use this gameplay first because, well, I think it bears a little more noting, at least in Black Ops 2. My topic is the effect a single player can have on a game. How much can one person do in a team game to secure victory? And by extension, what setup do you use in order to achieve victory? In this case, I'm using the MSMC with fast mag, grip, and suppressor. No, it doesn't need fast mag, or suppressor, or a grip, because its recoil is controllable enough. But I'm giving myself absolutely every advantage I can with this weapon. It is one of the most powerful weapons, not just submachine guns. It can outclass assault rifles at most ranges if you are a good shot, and its damage is as high as the submachine guns get, unless you're talking about the Cap 40, which is a machine pistol, and I'm not getting into that. But this is the class that I pull out when the other team is either bullshitting me, I'm getting bullshitted by the game, or I need to teach somebody a lesson. And looking back at the footage, I realized that my team actually did do quite a bit this game. But if you notice the kill streak loader I'm running, counter UAV, VSAT, and EMP. I picked this up from a streamer called PwnStars.com, and on closer inspection, he uses it for a couple reasons. One, it's a point machine. It's a point factory, essentially. If you can get all 3 kill streaks in a single life, and then call them in, you get 30 points for every kill. And since he plays primarily ground war, and there's a lot of dying happening all the time in that game mode, he gets a lot of points really quick, and so there's kill streaks cycle constantly. In my case here, this is a radar denial and radar advantage kill streak loadout for my team. Would they have done as good without me putting up EMPs and VSATs so that they know where the enemy is coming from and the enemy can't call in their own support? I don't know, because that's not the way it happened. But I put on this loadout, A, so I could level up a little faster, and B, so that I could make sure that I achieve victory, even if my team is dead set against me not winning. In Battlefield 3, that setup is a little more variable. As you know, in Black Ops 2, the SMGs are fairly dominant, which is not to say you can't use assault rifles, because I love the AN-94, I love the SCAR and the FAL, even without select fire. But if you really want to completely dominate, there's a few weapons you want to use. In Battlefield, the same is sort of true. If you want to play at the highest possible level, you want one of 2 weapons. Well, let's call them 3. M16, AEK, and primarily the M416. I'm currently having a rematch with the suppressor to see which of them I like better, heavy barrel or suppressor. And I'm finding that the minimap advantage is huge. Because, like in Call of Duty, Battlefield 3 has directional minimap when you shoot. Well, Call of Duty has just a dot. But you get my point, that the minimap is a bigger part of the game in Battlefield 3 than it was in Bad Company 2. And staying off that minimap, barring being spotted by an enemy, is almost essential for high-level play. And the same is true for Battlefield 3. If I know that my team is not going to carry a lot of the weight, that I'm going to have to essentially put them on my back and carry them, there's a few classes I'm going to start running. I'll start with the AEK 971. If I'm losing gunfights because of the long reload time, and I'm not in the action enough to get anything done, then I'll put on the M16 with a suppressor. But if I really am convinced that I am the only one that can win the game for us, it's M416, Suppressor, and Red Dot. Either the Cobra or the American Red Dot. Defibs and probably the Magnum. Or the M9, depending on my mood. In any of those cases, I know that even on a day where I'm not actually doing very well, I can usually succeed with those weapons because they're effective at almost all ranges, can drop people quickly and efficiently, and they cater to my playstyle. As do the SMGs in Call of Duty. One might argue in Call of Duty that the SMGs, especially in Black Ops 2, are easy to use, and I will not argue with you that they are easy to use. But they're so prevalent, not just because of that ease of use, they're prevalent because they work. And because in a game like Call of Duty, you want to be up in people's face all the time because the guns kill really quickly. So, because the action is so frenetic in a lot of at least Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3's maps, and the spawns are constantly flipping, you want a weapon that can work well in close range and that gives you the most mobility possible. Which is why I particularly like the bullpup weapons in Battlefield 3, because they give you that extra side-to-side aim-down sight movement. But we've reached the end of the commentary, and I'm still going. So for now, guys, thanks for watching, and I might just continue this in another episode, which I'll link you to in the future.